Hi, I'm Dana. I really hope that you guys had a fun little festive period. This is the first time I'm talking to you in like an actual pre-recorded video in what feels like a really long time. Like it's only been what, like 5 days since I last filmed like a pre-recorded content thing, but it feels like it's been forever. I hope you guys had a fun little festive period, because as much as I was dreading mine, I've actually had an absolutely delightful time, and it's been absolutely entirely thanks to you guys. I was so fucking shitting it about spending Christmas on my own, and I really didn't think it was gonna be a fun or nice time. Otis wants in, one sec, sorry. Oh, come in then. But yeah, you guys, it was initially like, I was very surprised by how many people showed up for the live streams. It was very, very kind of you all to be there. And it was just really, really nice getting to actually talk to you guys real time. Like that, I really didn't expect to enjoy it in the way that I did. I absolutely adored it. So as such, I suppose that's the first like little update for the channel, because I'm going to be doing a live stream on New Year's Eve, because it turns out I will also be spending that alone. But I feel a lot better about that than Christmas, because I feel like I'm choosing to, purely because I'm in a couple of WhatsApp group chats with people that I like don't realistically actually know, that have put out like just an invite to parties for anyone that's in the group chat. And so I've made the decision that I'm not going to go to any of those, so I don't have to feel bad about spending it on my own. And I've saved me bottle of Bolly, so we're going to open that on the live stream on New Year's Eve and hang out and chat. So far that's my only plan. It's just going to be another little like really chill hangout things. And further update is, like I said, I really enjoyed them. It's been really, really nice. So I do think that I want them to be a more standard part of my channel. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to work it in yet. I'm thinking that I'll do maybe like a fortnightly or monthly live stream that we'll plan for in advance. I'll see like when most people are free. Maybe put up some sort of like subject or activity that we could do together. I mentioned maybe doing like art or painting. But then I also feel like I also don't really like scheduling when I'm going to do something artistic. And I've actively really enjoyed the live stream. So I do think maybe I just want to, when I happen to be doing something, maybe just jump on sometimes. But besides that, I definitely want to do like a planned one where we can like do an activity together, try something out together. And I'm somewhat of an artsy, creativey type of person, so that's the most obvious one for me. But if anyone has any ideas or things you'd like to do or things you think would be fun, like I have also enjoyed doing the cooking ones, but obviously it's just been me cooking, so maybe we could also come up with like, we could find some recipes that some of us want to try and all get the stuff in and then cook it together. I don't know. I'm not too sure on it yet, but I definitely want to incorporate live streams a little bit more, because I really didn't think it was going to be super enjoyable, you know? I thought it'd be a good way to sort of entertain myself and feel like I was having some degree of human interaction over Christmas, which I felt like I needed. But then like one of them was like 4 or 5 hours long, and I didn't think I'd be going over 2 hours at any point. Like I really thought that it was going to be something that really like filled me with anxiety and made like just see, I do the pull back and shoulders up thing, because that's how I go. I just freeze up and I don't know what the fuck I'm meant to do. And I really thought that it was going to be that no one would show up and I'd just sort of sit there awkwardly for 10 minutes and be like, oh, I'll turn it off and no one's here. Or people would start filing in, I would immediately just be filled with anxiety and freeze up and be like, no, I can't do this, and turn it off. But it wasn't like that at all. I actually enjoyed it. It was really, really nice. I really enjoyed getting to like hear so much more from you guys and interact with you so much more. And so alongside that, we've got a Discord now, and I've been really, really scared to share it on here properly, because sharing it in the live streams, it was just to like the 50 people or so watching, you know, so they all filed over, and it's become like very quickly such a safe, nice little space, you know? Like it's so fucking lovely. Like I've been putting off doing a Discord for a little while, even though like quite a few of you guys have suggested it or asked for it, because I didn't want some weird space where I'm this like overlord ruler that everyone's waiting for or some bollocks, you know? Like the idea of it really freaked me out. But then like just the way that we were interacting as like a little community on the live streams, I was like, fuck it, I've got Uninvisible Girl has helped me so much, and it's very much thanks to her. Like I wouldn't have been able to sort half the shit that I have without her. I also do definitely need to get more moderators and not be putting everything onto one person like that. But also she offered. I don't want to put too much on her, even though she like basically been incredibly helpful and just continuously offers help, and it's so lovely. But I also don't want to burn someone else out with my bullshit, you know? So I do need to like get more onto that myself and find other people to do it and things like that. But it's a really lovely little safe space. And the thing with that is that I don't want to just open up to anybody. I feel so bad. I feel like I'm being so gatekeepy and shitty about it. But like, obviously, anyone that was at the live streams is already in there. They've already got the link. I don't think it'd be impossible to find the link if you really went and looked for it, to be honest with you. But I'm being selfish. I'm sorry, I don't care. I'm not sorry actually, because I don't care. I'm being selfish because it's the first time that I've had a little space on the internet that feels like such a safe and nice community space, you know? Like, I love the way that the community on YouTube feels, but I get really anxious about replying to comments, and obviously it's also like a public forum and things like that. Like, there's just so many, it's a very different place, you know? As much as I adore YouTube and like, I wouldn't have been doing it for this long or be continuing to do it if I didn't really love doing it, I don't feel as much a part of the community, you know? I often feel like I'm the person that's starting the discussions and starting people talking about things. And as much as I get to read everything and see what you guys are saying, I don't really participate. It scares me, but it all makes me a bit anxious. I can do the video part. All the other social and communication stuff kind of scares the fuck out of me a bit. So I haven't really felt like that much a part of the community here. It has felt a bit more like the person going, hey, what if we talk about this? And then getting to like survey the community and see what everyone's saying and take it all in, which I do like, I do enjoy. But over on the Discord, it's just, I'm a part of the community. Like, everyone's been brought together and it's just such a lovely, safe little like nice space that I feel really comfortable in. So we've been doing quite a lot over there. We had a movie night last night watching Crimson Peak. We're gonna have another one tonight watching Last Night in Soho. And it's things like that where I kind of want to suggest, like, oh, we can do like the odd movie night together over there. It's not going to be the odd movie night. I watch movies most nights. I'm always watching something. Like, I'm sure there's going to be like 2 weeks where I barely enter because I'm like obsessed with a TV show or something. But for the most part, we are just, it's just a really nice big like community space where we all get to engage and talk about our interests and just be our little autistic selves, and everyone's really nice. And as such, I don't want to just open that up to absolutely anybody ever and be like, come on in guys, the water's fine. That's Otis just deciding to screw everything up again. But at the same time, like, obviously a bunch of you guys have asked for and suggested it in the past and have asked for the link while watching the streams back and things like that, and a bunch of you like would have liked to be there for Christmas and had other things that you had on. You know, like, I don't want to actually fully gatekeep the community. So as such, my current idea, and I do very much want opinions on like everything, to be honest with you. I really don't know how I'm perceived online or what you guys would prefer or what other people are doing or what I'm best off doing, you know? Like, I think one of the big things is that I'm not that much on YouTube anymore. My YouTube days were very much like Kick the PJ and Shane Dawson and Charlie Is So Cool, like, you know? Like, I don't really keep up with YouTubers anymore. I'm very much on like other parts of the internet, so I don't really know what people are doing that much over here. And because of that, I've been really missing out on you guys and missing out on being part of the community that I've managed to like grapple together. So yeah, my current thought is that it'll be part of my first tier on Patreon, because I just feel like having it be behind a paywall will discourage trolls and crappy people a little bit. But with that being said, I'm someone who often can't access things on the internet or elsewhere if they're behind a paywall as well. So if you're someone that's been around here a while and wants to be a part of it, message me. We'll chat, like, we'll get it sorted. I really don't want it to be like a gatekept place, you know, like it's a really nice safe little space where, like, you know, I don't know how to use Discord, and there's a whole bunch of like online chat and like other generations. Otis, you're gonna have to stop washing on top of my tripod, I'm sorry, little man. You know, like, there's a whole bunch of things that I feel like stop me from being a part of a lot of other online communities. And on the Discord, I've just been able to be like, what does that mean? When you said that, what's that? What's this emoji thing you're doing? You know, like, all the stuff that I feel like I've just missed because I haven't like upgraded with the internet. I've stayed in my own little bubble. I can just ask and be like, hey, what's going on? And I've seen other people doing it as well, and it just, like, I know I just keep saying that it's a safe space. Like, I've spent like an hour this morning messaging Winter about how much I love it. Like, it's just really fucking nice, and I really endeavour to keep it nice. So I don't feel necessarily good about putting it behind a paywall, but I'm also not like staunchly hanging on to the fucking paywall, you know. Like I said, like message me on like Instagram or TikTok or whatever account you have that you can message me from. Even if you like just do that and we'll have a little chat, and as long as you don't seem like the biggest asshole in the world, I'll let you in, quite frankly. Like, I do want it to be a space where people can just come in and feel safe and be a part of the community. And that being said, if you're an asshole, I'm not going to hesitate to kick you, to be honest with you. Like, that's why we have an invisible girl as the moderator, because she'll actually speak to you and give a warning or be like, hey, what did you mean by that? Whereas like I would just kick people. It's my little safe space and I'm going to keep it as such. But for nice people that are also like that and like also want like a safe space where they can just engage with people nicely, I obviously want you to be there. I've absolutely chatted on and on and on about that, but I've literally been using Discord for the last like 3 days. I still don't entirely feel like I understand how it works, but I'm really enjoying it. And I think to a point it has also sort of encouraged me to actually think about you guys a bit more, I guess, because I very much think about what I want people to like gain from my content and what I want people to think about when they're watching my videos, and like that's the important part for sure. But I also want to actually interact with you guys and have a community and have it like just talking to other autistic people over the last few days has just made me feel so much more normal, you know? And it's kind of annoying because like you guys have been there the whole time, you know? Like the vast majority of people's like usernames and profile pictures and stuff, I recognise you've been here a while. Or like even if you're kind of newer, a lot of you have like introduced yourselves and stuff, like it's nice. And I could have been having this for ages, and it's just, I'll give, like I don't want this video to be super lengthy, but it's one of those things that's kind of both my own fault and kind of not. Because when I first started YouTube, one of my first videos was introducing people to just reach out and be friends, and I thought that was a good idea, and people did. And one of them I met up with, I have a video about like being taken advantage of by other autistic people based on that person, because I got really close. Not really, I got quite close to someone who made me feel uncomfortable quite often, and I wrote it off because I was like, well, he's autistic and he doesn't know any better and he's just trying his best and blah blah blah. And I was completely taken for a ride, and then I ended up in a group chat with like 15 other people that I'd had the exact same experience with him. And I had less serious versions of that a couple of times with like people that I spoke to on Instagram, people I spoke to here, where they'd reached out because of my YouTube, because they'd seen me here, and I was like, yay, a friend, and got really into it, and then they turned out to be assholes. So I felt quite burnt. And it was one of those things where I was like, I can have the audience at a distance and y'all can like tell me about yourselves in the comments and I'll read that, and that I enjoy that, you know? I very much was like, that's enough. And in some ways it is, but in other ways I've just been avoiding being a part of the community when I went out of my way to find other people like me, you know? Like a lot of stuff to do with my channel's obviously like evolved as it's actually gotten followers and there's actually people here watching and stuff. But the very base core reason for making this channel was that I just wanted to talk to people that were like me and speak to people that make me feel normal. Like I don't usually use the term normal online because I don't think it's like a very good differential to use when it comes to talking specifically about like autism versus neurotypical people. But I also, yeah, like we all normalise things all the time. I just want to feel like my own version of normal, you know? I don't need to be like the societal construct of normal. I just need to be able to speak to people and be like, I feel like a normal person. I feel like I can make jokes and interact with people and have a nice time and just be a fucking person, never mind normal, you know? And that's massively what I've gained. And it's lovely that I started this channel, I've managed to get to that point, and I do think if I'd done it any sooner, I would have probably still been a bit too anxious to actually talk to anybody and actually message, you know? I probably would have just been reading everything. And I really didn't mean for this to become a whole video about the Discord, but I just love it. I just really genuinely, it's such a nice little space. And especially like, it's one of those things where like, I'm always still very much an autistic person in whatever space I'm in. So like the other night I went on the voice chat thing, and I really thought I was going to sit there and like have a nice chat back and forth. And the moment I entered and people started talking, I was like, I fucking hate phone calls. I've flat out pretty much refused to do phone calls in my day-to-day life. Why did I think it was going to be better if there were like 8 people there instead of just me and one other person? I know I thought it'd be better because it was you guys, but also it's still basically just a phone call, you know? I still didn't know when to speak. I still felt like I was interrupting people. I still, like, by the time I thought about my point, the conversation had moved on. Like, I'm only laughing about it because, like, I should have known that would be what happened. It's just a group phone call, essentially. But I got a bit too big for my boots with the live streams and everything going so well. But it's things like that I just really appreciate the fact that this channel and, like, doing this has given me the ability to, like, do the one-way thing, because I really, really needed it. Like, it's really easy to forget exactly how anxious and how closed off and how terrified I was when I first started. Like, not even when I first started, like, it's been a slow growth and evolution, which I think is normal and natural, and that's the way people are. But, you know, like, it's only recently that I've looked back and really reflected on how much I've grown thanks to this channel, you know? And honestly, a lot of that is thanks to the one person on the live stream that asked, like, would you say that YouTube's changed your life? Because at the time on the live stream I was like, not really, no, like, it is a positive thing, but it hasn't really changed anything. And it's one of those questions that just kept playing in my head, because I was like, I don't think I would have developed and grown like the person that I have if it wasn't for this channel, if it wasn't for you guys, you know? Like, a year ago, I definitely wouldn't have been able to, like, just relax and settle in and have a fun little Discord group chat with you guys. I would have been too fucking anxious. I would have been overthinking every single message. It would have been a whole thing for me. And it's only when I really sit back and think about it that I'm like, oh, I've grown and matured and gotten better as a person. You know, and not that there was anything wrong with me a year ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago, but I've gotten better, which is what we should all be striving for, you know? And not in the way of, like, I'm mentally better. I think I'm just a better person. I think I'm more the person that I would want to be, you know? And this channel helps me to, like, reflect and look back and think about a hell of a lot of things. And maybe the one thing that I haven't really done that with is myself and the person that I am. And I'm just really, really feeling very, very grateful and thankful and just really happy. And, like, I'm making good decisions. And, like, I've made good decisions to get to this point, which isn't a way that I have ever felt in my life before. Yeah, like, I don't think I realised entirely how much like me you guys are and how much I like people, you know? Like, it's so difficult going out to events in real life and meeting people where it's like, you're perfectly fun, like, this is a perfectly nice time, I'm not thinking you're an asshole or anything, but we're never going to be friends, or, like, I'm just not having the most fun, you know, in a lot of situations with people. And it's so nice to be, like, 2, 3, 4 hours into just sitting on a group chat and realise I've been there the whole time, interacting back and forth and having a good time, just not even having to think about it, because it's just a nice time. And, like, having that and thinking about how much I appreciate having that there, and how the fact that it's literally you guys that I talk to when I make these videos, and when I say you guys, and when I say y'all, you know, like, just realising the degree to which people actually kind of take it in. Like, it's been really nice feeling already somewhat known by people. And it's stuff like that where I've always been like, oh, that's not healthy, that's not a healthy thing. And, like, we're all adults, you know, like, I think. Yeah, like, obviously it varies person to person, but I think that for the most part we have a very, like, good understanding of people, and we think about things, and that's the thing, is, like, I just feel like it really is a community of people that are in some way like me, you know? And it's really nice seeing all of our differences and the diversities within that, while still being able to relate and understand each other. I think that's what I'm getting at there. And I just, like I said, like, 7 hours ago when I started talking about the Discord, I am a little bit scared about it growing, because it's just so nice. I don't necessarily want it to change, but I also really want to believe in you guys, and that, like, it growing big is going to actually be a positive thing, and it will just be more and more people that are really fun and cool and talented and interesting, and it will continue to be, like, a very, very nice space that just happens to, like, grow and evolve a bit. Is my hope, is my plan. So yeah, I don't want to be one of those people that's like, give me your ideas, guys, because I do have, like, a bunch of content ideas for videos that I want to get. I really need to get back into pre-filming my content in the way that I was, like, early last year, I think, so that I can actually have time because at the minute it is literally like I'm filming, I'm editing, I'm posting, I'm filming, I'm editing, I'm posting. Like not right now because I've been doing the live streams and stuff over Christmas, but that's how I've been working for like the last 9 months. Like since I got back from the US, that is how it's been. Whereas previously I'd have like 2 days where I was doing that, and then I'd have like 5 days where it was going up and I could focus on other things. And I really need to get back to that so that I can actually focus on you guys and focus on doing my puppet tusk stuff. And really fucking quickly at the end here, oh my god, I think it'll probably, I think I want to vary it between the Discord and a Patreon perk so that like 2 people are getting it each month, because I found these little tiny canvases. You've seen them, I've seen them online before, I've seen other people use them, little tiny canvases that have a little easel, and I really enjoy drawing and painting my little foot stream guys, the things that are like the membership logos and the end channel, the end, god, this is why I don't make really long videos and chatter forever, the little mushroom guys with feet and legs that are at the end of my videos. I really love drawing and painting those, that's why they're a thing. So my thought is that it'll be really fucking cheap to get 2 of those little easel canvas things each month, do my little mushroom guys, and then post on Patreon and Discord and just see who fucking wants one, essentially. First come, first serve, maybe? I don't know, I did think like randomly selection, and then I was like, I don't think everyone wants some random on the internet to send them a tiny little painting. So I think maybe just once a month when they're finished, I'll put a picture up, one on Patreon and one on the Discord, and just whoever's like, yeah, I want it, gets it, you know? Maybe some sort of rule that you can't get it every single time, you know? Things like that. I don't really know. I've got a lot of little ideas that I want to put into place and that I want to actually get going. So if any of you guys have like suggestions, if there's ideas that you have towards anything that I've said, things that would make it easier, things that, whatever. I also have wet needle Val, who's offered to help me do subtitles on my videos, and that's been one that I've literally been meaning to do for like since I started YouTube. Like as someone who's making videos about disability, I feel like having subtitles is just like the obvious fucking accessibility thing that I absolutely should have, and I won't lie to you, it just seems like a lot of work. I've just been really fucking lazy about it, and it's not good of me. So having someone that's offered to help is actually really encouraging me to actually look into it and figure out how to do it. Like I literally don't even know that. So I'm going to actually focus on that and get that done. Because I also understand that like with my accent to like, I mean, even when I go to London, I have people that struggle to understand me, never mind people that aren't native English speakers and stuff like that. Like for English, for any content anyway, I use subtitles. I prefer there to be subtitles there, so I feel like especially for my content there really fucking should be, and I'm sorry that it's taking me this long, but I am finally going to get round to it. So I know this has been an update that's really quite like, I've had an idea, I reckon, perhaps, but the one thing that is actually a thing is Discord. I am going to post the link on Patreon and have it like hidden to people. I'm sorry. I don't know, because there is also like the free membership option on Patreon. I don't want people to have to pay for it, essentially. That is not what I want for it, but I also really don't want to just open it up and be able to have any random dickhead join it and make it a not so nice and safe space anymore, you know? So I don't really entirely know what to do about that. If you're someone that uses Discord and knows more about it than I do, if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them. I did also talk about this like on Discord, and a bunch of you guys replied there, and I got just quite overwhelmed with it all, to be honest with you. That's the thing, is I ask for ideas and I have ideas and I'm like, how do I do this? And then I get overwhelmed and it never fucking comes into fruition, and that's why I also just don't mention it a lot of the time. But I feel like with the Discord and everything, I at least like have a little group that I can ask to help me with things. Like I also don't want to be one of those content creators that's constantly getting their audience to do the work and give them ideas and do that and do this. But I am also increasingly realising that I think a lot of content creators do that not because they're assholes, but because it gets to a point where you do sort of need a hand with it. It's, you know, there's quite a lot of people, there's quite a lot going on, and I want to be able to continue doing stuff that I'm doing and actually expanding and improving on it now that I interact with you guys and I'm a part of my own community. It's really fucking lovely. I just, you know, like even before the Discord, I was really very like grateful and thankful to have you guys and really happy about it all. And especially after the Discord, I'm so grateful to get to know you guys and get to have you around and get to be listened to and heard and seen by you, and now actually get to like listen and hear and see you guys and hear about your lives, and just, it's so nice. And I'm having little moments of panic where I'm like, oh no, I'm doing the wrong thing and this is superpower social and it's really weird. And then I go on Discord and it's just a really nice chill time, and I'm like, come on. I think the internet scares me in a lot of ways, and I've let that really, not necessarily hold me back, but I've let it not let me fly, you know? I've let it not let me fully like grow and flourish and do all the things that I kind of really fucking want to. So like, yeah, I think I also have like a lot of internalized like, it's just the internet, it's real isn't real, like do something worthwhile with your time. And I'm increasingly learning that it's incredibly worthwhile, and it makes me feel very good. And I, you know, just going by comments that I've gotten on YouTube, I would like to think that I've managed to like help out a fair few people at this point, and that's fucking worth it. So yeah, I'm gonna be an internet bitch. I am pretty much living on Discord. We're having movie nights, we're chatting with each other, it's a really lovely place. And as a YouTuber, that like, as someone who's aware that I'm making a video right now, I feel like I should tell you I'd love to have you there. Honestly, if you're not already there, I'm quite nervous about you being there. But you can come and prove yourself. You can prove to me that it's good to have people around and that it's still going to be nice with more people. So yeah, by the time this is up, I will have scheduled the live stream for New Year's Eve so you can see what time I'm going on. I really want to be with you guys for midnight, so I'm thinking it's probably going to be around 9:30, 10 p.m. so that basically the first hour is me like being like, hi guys, how are you, I'm just getting settled. And then the next hour is normally me actually doing a live stream and like reading questions and like interacting back and forth. And that goes on until I start getting tired and don't want to do it anymore. And that's anywhere from like 2 to 5 hours. So I'm thinking if we start at like 9:30, 10ish, if I'm like done with it by the 2 hour mark, like I sometimes am, we've still spent like New Year's together, and I've opened my bolly and had a little drinky drink and been like, it's 2025, woo, and then I can bugger off. But also, if I'm enjoying it like I have been, I can carry on going, and like 2 a.m. isn't that late for me to be going to bed if that's how far it goes, you know? So yeah, I think 9:30, 10 o'clock-ish, New Year's Eve, is when we'll start that live stream. I don't know what live streams will entirely look like in the future, but I definitely want to do them. I've really been enjoying them. God, this is getting so long, and I was meant to be like rounding up right then. Yeah, I'm gonna round up. Thank you. If you want to be a part of the Discord, my current idea is that you'd become a level 1 Patreon, and then that's when you'll get the link. I don't entirely know. If you've got a better idea, let me know. Message me if you want the link. I don't fucking know. I barely know what I'm doing, but I'm figuring it out, and I'm having a good time while I do so, and I feel safe and supported while I do so, so I'm all good. I think the postman might have just been, so I'm fully going to go. As always, you can follow me over on Instagram or TikTok if you want to. I've mentioned Patreon a whole bunch in this video, so you can obviously also follow me there if you want to. You do have to give me money to do. You don't have to give me money to do so. You can be a free member on Patreon, but it is there for you to give me money if you want to, but you don't have to. And I also have a Ko-fi account if you wanted to do that. It's all up to you. You don't have to do any of it. You can think that I'm really weird and annoying for having made this video and just talked about Discord a whole lot. I don't really care because I'm having a good fucking time. So whoever you are and wherever you are, I hope you're having a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year. And I will see you again in a couple of days, unless you're on the Discord where you're stuck with me constantly.